Hey guys, I have to apologize. I'm a few minutes late. So I've been swimming with my daughter, spending some quality time with her. But I'm here today to talk about my biggest challenges in business and how I've overcome them. I love this topic, and I haven't even thought about what I want to share. I really wanted this to come from, my unconscious mind and just really speak from the heart. I first hit a time in my life where I knew that I wanted more. I knew that I wanted to work for myself and be independent and free and not rely on anyone else. And at that time, it was really scary. I didn't know what it was that I wanted to do from where I was in my position. So after kind of doing my first NLP training, I realized, wow, this is something that I could do and I could be really good at. And as soon as I realized that, this was really down my alley, because initially I didn't train to be an NLP coach. I was just doing it for my own personal development. And as soon as I realized that this is something actually really incredible, I get to do what I love to do, which is develop people and help transform lives. And so when I started through, sharing and training and working with clients and so forth, hey Sean, I knew that this was something that I was onto, and I was really unhappy at that time. I was living in a country I didn't want to be at. I was working a job that I was really good at, but I didn't want to be doing. I'd been there, done that, and I wasn't excited about it. It just wasn't what I wanted to do. And so I knew in my heart, I knew that I wanted to be independent. I wanted to just go for it and live my dream of, being independent, running my own business. But I was scared. I had so much fear. So I think that was the biggest thing that held me back for many years in actually taking the plunge and going hard at it, going for it. Scared that, what if this, what if that, what if I'm not good enough, what if I don't have enough knowledge yet, what if I, all these what ifs. Now, what I know now is all those what ifs, they're not facts, they're just story. They're the stuff that we make up, that little voice, that voice that goes on inside our head, and we make it all up. Now, over the years, I've been able to drill into that and really understand that voice is just that, it's story. But it's taken a lot of self-work. I've had to really work on myself, especially the last year, because I did my trainings in NLP, and I thought I worked on certain things, but I'd only worked on a few things. I hadn't worked on everything. So there was still a lot of things that I was running in my mind, which were not powerful. It was a very disempowering identity that was running, and we all have that. So I've been able to get really clear around that disempowering identity of, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough. I've done it before. I've been in business before. What makes me think that I can be successful this time? I wasn't successful last time. So all of these thought patterns, those are the things that held me back and just kept me stuck in a position I wasn't happy in, I didn't want to be doing. I was just doing it because I was going through the motions. It was easy, it was comfortable, and it was what I knew, and it was what I knew that I could do. So I would have to say, beyond everything, the biggest thing was that the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being good enough. And so what I realized last year was, even as a coach, even having the knowledge, it doesn't mean anything. It means fuck all. Excuse the language. But it means nothing, because knowing it is totally different to actually living it. So this is where I've really gone to work this past, 6 months, year, is just actually going to work. As my mentors, Henare and Kate O'Brien would say, is show up. Just showing up, even when fear is present. Because I do things every day that scare me. But even the fear that's present, now I can move forward towards what it is that I want and chase my goals and dreams with courage, with the knowing that everything's going to be okay and everything's going to be great. Do I have moments where I'm like, far out? Yeah, of course I do. However, I don't let that stop me. I keep pushing through because I've done the work of being able to release those negative emotions and limiting beliefs through my work as a coach, and also get really present with what's occurring. Not just stuff it down and say, oh, that, move it to the side, because that's what most of us do. And I've done for a very long time in the past as well. We stuff it down and we say it's not important and, I don't need to deal with that. I'm just focusing on this, on my business. And even though there's all these doubts and fears and limiting beliefs and so forth there, you think, I don't need to deal with it. Well, guess what? You do. Because it's always going to be there. And the other important thing that I learned is when we have energy, when we have things that are not cleaned up from the past, that's energy. And that energy also holds us back in some ways. Because I'm going more into the spiritual realm now, but the way that the universe works is the universe provides for those people that are sending their energy out and creating powerful energy in exchange so that you can really create the things that you want. Because you are a creator. I am a creator. I create things I want, or I sabotage things without even consciously knowing it. And I've done that really, really well. So that's the second thing that's really held me back and has been one of my biggest challenges in my business is I get to a certain level and then what I do is I sabotage it. So I do something stupid, whatever it is. I might not communicate with somebody in my team the right way, which causes a massive collapse. And the growth of the business doesn't move forward. So now I've got team in my business that are not growing and they're not moving forward in their business, which means I'm not. So self-sabotage, being too busy, not paying attention to the little things, not having conversations that need to be had, being open and honest and truthful, because, I'm stuck in my little Ferris wheel of life going through like 100 miles an hour, like this, thinking that I'm so important and thinking that I'm so busy. Whereas if I just actually scale back and go, it's cool. It's cool not to be doing something sometimes. It's cool to take a slow pace because I've always been a go-getter. Running, 100 miles an hour. I've got to chase my goals. And so self-sabotage is very, very common. And the way that Gay Hendricks speaks about it in the incredible book, The Big Leap. If you haven't read that, I really recommend that you do. Is that we all have it's our comfort zone. We call it the grey zone, but the way that Gay speaks about it is like a thermostat. So we've got our norm, so to speak. So the norm is set. What we're used to is set, right? So if we've seen our parents be in business and go for money and be really free with it and all this, then our kind of way of living, our norm will be set quite differently to someone who doesn't have much money, their parents work for somebody else and they've got this kind of mindset. So obviously our mindset is formed as a child, and so we go kind of out into the world, into business with a 5-year-old's mindset. Which is not our fault, it just is the way that it is. But this mindset is set to a certain level. Just like a thermostat is set for the air conditioner, let's say. Right here in Bangkok, we have it set to about 24, 25 degrees. So when the temperature goes up and it gets too hot, right, it gets over what it is, and a flick will switch, yeah? Well, sorry, so it's not getting too hot. Right, it gets to, say it's 25, a flick will switch and it will kick back in, the air conditioner will kick back in so that it cools it down. Now when it gets too low, temperature drops, it'll cut off, whatever, I haven't kind of said that the right way, but you get the message. So it'll kick off, it'll kick in when it needs to bring the temperature to where it needs to be, right? And so we have the same kind of thing within us. When we get to our barrier, when we get to that limit, where we're really starting to see magic happen in our business and growth and success and money and, whatever it is, depending on your business, then the switch can be tripped. And then we sabotage it because it's outside of what we know. It's outside of what we're set to. And then who will we be? Like, who will people know us to be when we're outside of what they know us to be? And so this is very common, that we will sabotage because we have this upper limit problem of not kind of being able to get through to the next level. So this is something that I've been really shining a light on in myself, in my own business, and not only in business, but also in relationships, funnily enough. But we're talking about business today. So yeah, and so this has been a massive thing for me. So what I'm doing here is then creating an awareness of what I'm doing. So I'm really being conscious and being present with what I'm doing and how I'm doing that, and resetting my thermostat, resetting it through meditation, through, you know, the work that I do in NLP, through lots of different methods and strategies that I'm able to use. But the big thing is awareness. The big thing is really kind of opening myself up, knowing that kind of really bringing in the thoughts, the powerful thoughts, unlimited thoughts, that I'm capable of so much. So are you. We're all capable of achieving anything that we dream. And there is an abundance of opportunity. There's an abundance of money. There's an abundance of everything that you can possibly want. The question is, how open are we to receiving that? And that's been the second biggest challenge for me in my business. Now it's growing. It's at a really incredible place, you know? And I see so much more opportunity. But for me, it's about how many more people that I can help, you know? Focusing on that. I think quite often, and another thing that I used to do is focus more on the money. Whereas now it's more about the people. How many more people can I impact? I don't want to just help one person at a time. I want to help hundreds, thousands, millions, billions of people. Like, massive scale. I remember thinking when I was a teenager growing up that I'm here for a purpose, and I want to impact and inspire millions and millions of people. Well, I've taken that up to billions, because I believe that I am powerful and I have the ability to create this ripple effect and impact billions of lives. I know it, like I believe it, I feel it in my core. Like every cell of my body knows that I'm here for a purpose. The third thing though, the third biggest challenge is getting really clear, pinpoint clear on what it is that you want, or I wanted to achieve in my business. I come up with ideas all the time. You ask the people in my team, they'll vouch for it. But I come up with ideas all the time now, and I've done it in the past, and I've thought, yeah, I've got this great idea. I want to do this. You know, when I became pregnant, and I was like, no, I want to work with pregnant women and make an app and do all these things. Well, it never ended up coming true and never coming to fruition, because it wasn't what I really wanted to do. It was a cool idea, but it wasn't what set my heart on fire. It wasn't my real deep inner passion. Yeah, my passion is impacting billions of lives, helping people free themselves from depression, free themselves from their own messed up thoughts, stories that they're creating, and be the big, powerful, incredible human being that they are capable of being, and creating the life that they want. Like dreaming big and standing in front of people and speaking about this and impacting billions of people. This is what I'm here for. And I do this now with the businesses that I've got. But in the past, when I wasn't really clear around that, I wasn't clear around my vision and what my mission was in the world, then all these ideas would come in, and then I'd do it. So I'd do a half-ass attempt at it, and then I'd drop it, and then I'd move on to something else. And then I'd get another great idea, and then I'd do that 50%, and then I'd drop that, and then I'd go, that wasn't it, whatever, right? And then I'd get another idea. So it's this, you know? And then that's what I used to say to Curtis, like, I never do anything 100%. Why is that? Well, that's because I was never really clear around what it was that I wanted. So a great idea is a great idea, but if it's not really what sets your heart on fire and is your passion and like, kind of like you want to jump out of bed in the morning, you know, be up till 2 in the morning and get up at 6. Like this is what I do at the moment. Some days I know I need sleep, and I've been trying to take care of myself these last 10 days. So it's it works like that. So if you're not fully committed, right, which I wasn't clear, and then of course I wasn't 100% committed. So how committed are you? What are you willing to do? And I even find myself going back into my comfort zone even now. I have some big goals over the next 3 months. And I'm really putting it out there that I seriously am so clear now around what it is that I'm here for and what I'm creating. Of course, the programs and all the things are still coming together. But I know now that over these next 3 months, I'm going to make absolute magic happen. Because then from here, getting clarity, getting real, honest, like 100% clarity around the big vision, and then scaling back. I just had a conversation with the amazing Kate O'Brien for my Changemaker TV just around points like this. Stay tuned for it. It'll be out next week. But you have to watch that call. It's incredible. Some really, really great bits of information that are really useful. So getting off track. But so clarity, commitment. How committed are you? Like if I ask you, how committed are you to your business, to really like making it work, making the decision that that's what you want to do and just going for it from 1 to 10, how committed are you in your business right now? Anyone? Throw me something. How committed? From 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. Good to see you on here, Jess and Brayden. Brayden, we need to see you firing, brother, getting your business idea out there. What's your commitment level? If it's less than a 10, guess what? It's not good enough. You're not committed. If it's an 8 or a 7 or whatever it is, if it's not a 10 and if it's less, what's the difference? This is what I ask myself. What is the difference? Is it doubts? Is it fear? Is it crappy stories like, I don't have enough knowledge, I don't have those skills, I don't have the resources, whatever, right? That's just bullshit. The resources are out there. The question is, how resourceful are we going to be to create that, to bring those resources to us? Like right now, I have the most incredible digital strategist, Shani, I don't know if she's still on the call, working with me, like teaming up with me. I asked for her because I don't have those skills. I can do it. Do I love it? No. That's not, that's not my area of expertise. That's not what sets my heart on fire. That's not what excites me. So I get resourceful and I team up with other people that are really good at that. There's some other things that I'm still doing in my business that I don't want to be doing. And so the next steps over these 3 months is to really dig in and do only the things that I'm really, really passionate about. And so this is also a challenge, right? This is another challenge of letting go of stuff, being able to trust other people, that they're going to do a good job, trust that they've got your back, trusting that you can be supported by others and that you don't have to just do it on your own. I think that's probably been another big lesson for me. When things go wrong or when things don't go to plan, I go, F it, I'll just do it myself. And then what happens? You end up doing everything. And what's your area of expertise? What's your level of genius? Because wherever your level of genius is, that's what we need to be working on. That's what we need to be doing. That's what I need to be doing. That's what you need to be doing. Working on the areas that you are, like, that is unique about you, that only you can do. So no one answered me. Whoa. Anyways, well, that's it for me. There's some 3 or 4 big challenges that I've overcome, and I'm still overcoming, to be honest. It's always a work in progress. I don't think we ever get to a place where we're fully, over it. Because we're human beings and we have stuff that comes up. New issues arise. Yay, Shani, 10. And and new stuff comes up. So we're never at a place where we know it all, and we're never kind of, I believe we're never really over everything. But I think the biggest advice, that I can give you is to get really clear around what it is, what your vision, your mission, your values are, what you stand for. And then if you've got that big, goal and it seems like way too big, then that's okay, because then you just scale back, strip it down to like small little bite-sized steps that you need to start to get moving on. And then every day you make progress. Every day you take that step forward, a little step forward every single day. Some days it might feel like you're going backwards, right? But that's okay, because that's normal. And then you go forward, and then you keep going forward. You have a bad day, things don't work, learn from it, and then go forward. But keep moving on the path. Nothing can stop you. Here's the biggest belief that I took on board from my trainer in NLP, Dr. Adriana James. I can do anything. I can achieve anything that I set my mind to. Anything that I want, that I honestly want, I can do it. And so can you. Please reach out to me, guys. I'm offering a free 30-minute call to talk about where you're at in your business, what your goals are, and what's holding you back from really creating the massive, incredible opportunity and that you're really here to create, and also perhaps to really make a difference to the world. We need more of us out there spreading our wings and letting our light shine. So please reach out to me. I'd love to have a chat with you. 30 minutes, that's all it takes. We can do it in 15 if you don't have enough time. And send me a PM, and then we can organize a time to have a chat. Thank you so much for your time, for being here. Much love. Have a good night.